Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. We have had a glimpse into the early childhood of Satya, where even as a little boy he was an embodiment of love and compassion. His wisdom and knowledge had earned him the nickname Brahmajnani, meaning one who has supreme knowledge. His remarkable childhood was a precursor to his later life, a true reflection of his divine qualities that would define Baba's mission, a life lived in love towards all and selfless service. On today's Prashanti, we showcase Satya's many talents as he was growing up, which created several milestones that marked his journey as an avatar. At school, Satya displayed his natural leadership qualities, an unwavering commitment to social service, along with his intellectual prowess. His interactions with his teachers, peers, and friends were also indicative of his divine nature. The years he spent in school were not just the record of his academic excellence, but more than that, Satya was preparing the ground for his epic mission of transformation of hearts and selfless service. Satya was living with his grandfather around age 7 and went to school in Bukkapatnam. Baba has recollected his memories with his loving grandfather in a talk addressed towards students. Baba recalls how the family property was divided and his grandfather, who chose to live alone, asked Satya to live with him. I paraphrase. Kondama Raju, Swami's grandfather, had 4 sons. All these sons got married. All the 4 families had to share the same small hut. There were enough children to fill a small primary school. Loud laughter. On account of the daughters-in-law, differences of opinion slowly began to crop up. Kondama Raju realized that it was no longer possible to continue the joint family. The family had just 2 acres of land. It was that poor. Kondama Raju divided this land equally amongst the 4 sons so that they got only half an acre each. He also divided the ancestral house into 4 portions, 10 feet by 8 feet, and gave 1 portion to every son. Kondama Raju decided to live alone. Pedda Venkama Raju, Baba's father, said, "But who would cook for you, look after you?" Kondama Raju thought, whom should he take with him? At that time, this body was about 7 years of age. Kondama Raju said, "I would like to have Satyam live with me. He alone is my property." At that time, Satyam had just 1 pair of shorts and 1 shirt. He had to manage with those for 1 whole year. After advancing to the 4th standard, it became necessary to go to the school in Bukkapatnam since the school in Puttaparthi did not offer studies beyond the 3rd. One had to go to Bukkapatnam by walk. There were other boys in the village who studied there, and Swami used to go along with them. Early in the morning, Swami would make a millet preparation, 2 balls of it, 1 for the grandfather and 1 for himself. Also some groundnut chutney to go along with it. After hurried cooking, Swami would run all the way to school. At noon, there would be a break, and Swami would run back home. On reaching home, Swami would serve food to his grandfather. He would wash the clothes, keep food for the night, and then have his meal. After this, a long run back to the school. This was how life went on for some years. End of quote. If his grandfather asked Satya, "Am I giving you a lot of trouble?" Satya replied, This work I do with pleasure, and Kondama Raju was overcome with love for little Satya. Satya's cooking was so good, word soon spread that he makes the most delicious rasam. In fact, his rasam even cured a man of his fever. Swami says, everyone in the neighborhood started coming for rasam. Swami had to make extra rasam in a big pot. I quote what Swami said in his own words. What you have to note here is that even at the age of 7, Swami not only had to manage the house but also serve others outside. Drawing water, cleaning, cooking, procuring the provisions, everything had to be done by Swami. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Here is gracious Nalini Bhatt with her scintillating segment called Prashanti.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. We are featuring some of the landmarks in Shri Baba's life to commemorate his 100th birthday. What better source of information for us than Baba's long-time childhood friend who saw Bhagwan up close from childhood. Let us indulge in the rare honor of listening to Young Sathyam's life as narrated by his friend and translated by Sri Gyani Bailey on Mr. Ted Henry's Soul Journeys.
He was a friend of Swami right from childhood. One time, Swami starts making a little hill in the sand, and from that he pulls out a kalash pot. He asks all the children to open their mouth, and on their tongue he puts a drop of liquid and tells them, and also they feel it too, that it is, this is Amrit. He says, I cannot describe how it was. Swami got his daughter, Suman. Both of them live in USA. They are very well off, and says that it is all because of Swami's grace. This letter was written by Swami in Swami's handwriting. It was given to him just before the 75th birthday anniversary. He was given an opportunity to speak.
Did Sai Baba ever attract any holiness?
There was not any kids who were jealous. There was a lot of unity. All of them were very impressed with Swami's abilities, and some children were made ready with a lot of spiritual knowledge.
What did Swami's teachers think of him?
Teachers realized that Swami had miraculous powers.
Did he feel close to Swami in his childhood years?
He used to take care of them very well. When he was younger, he used to go in bus to some villages, and he used to take Mr. Satyanarayana also with him. Later on, Swami built the temple and other things from Hyderabad. At that time also, he was taking Satyanarayana and other friends with him. Very lovingly. 3 Kalyana Mandapams were built, which are like wedding halls. These kind of things were being done by him much earlier when he started. Swami's father and actual mother, both of them were very ordinary people, but he just kind of knew them, and whenever he used to visit Swami in their home, they were always nice. And Swami's father going around to surrounding villages, buying goods and selling it into the town of Puttaparthi and around at a commission. So that was the way he was making a living. There were about 12 houses in Puttaparthi related to Swami. All those families, because of Baba, have improved significantly in the quality of life.
Did Sai Baba ever come to him in his dreams?
He did see Swami sometimes in his dreams. Whenever Swami comes here, like at the school when it got established here, where Swami used to go to school here, that's converted to school now. When he comes here, he'll come to his house, and he also has food with them. There are some pictures on the wall. Swami being here and having food in his house. He looks after them and talks to them.
And at what point in his life did he become a devotee, as a young boy or as an adult?
Based on what all is said about all the things he was doing from childhood, so of course he was a devotee right from childhood. When Swami was at the mandir in Puttaparthi, very early phases, he used to have the morning darshan, evening darshan. He used to be the first person in the line. He used to take Mr. Satyanarayan into the interview room. Every time he comes, make him aware of spiritual things. And one time he says, Swami didn't call him inside. Mr. Satyanarayan felt very disturbed by it, and he wrote to Swami saying, Swami, if I did something wrong, please forgive me. So Swami wrote a letter to him saying that if you are not happy, it is like me not having any food, Bangalo. He never really, probably not asked, or Swami did not tell what the association was in the previous life. He showed a lot of closeness, love towards him. He has a complete faith that is God came in human form. When Swami used to come here to go to school, he used to walk from Puttaparthi to Bukapatnam, and there is a little temple called Chaudamma temple right on the bank of the Chitravati river. Swami used to come here and stay there to go to school, and one time Swami was wearing a shirt which was torn. Mr. Satyanarayan saw that one and he felt very bad, and he used to have a store in town where they were selling clothes and so on, and he took the clothes for Swami and he gave it very respectfully with questioning. Swami said that he's very happy with the love being shown by Mr. Satyanarayan. That is all I want. I asked the question, would you be willing to give everything you have for Swami? His first response is, Swami would never ask that, because I know him from childhood. He never wanted anything from anyone. The implicit to that was he would give anything too for Swami if needed. But for him, this question is really out of context.
Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Let's invite hostess Nalini Bhatt to shed light on Prashanti. Let's take a look.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Sathya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. Bhagwan Baba was born with divine powers. It was not acquired by tapas or by sadhana. His every word and action bore the unmistakable stamp of divinity. Even as a young child, his behavior radiated a level of purity and wisdom that most adults would do well to emulate. Baba has spoken at length about his life in Kamalapuram, where he joined the middle school. Here is an account in Baba's own words, and I quote, "Since higher studies were not there in Bukapatnam, the brother of this body, Shri Raju, took me to Kamalapuram. There was water scarcity in Kamalapuram. The first thing I had to do every day was to walk 6 miles carrying big earthen pots and fetch drinking water. In every exam, myself and 2 boys sitting on my either side were getting high marks. Every year there would be a village fair in a nearby village. The scoutmaster stipulated that all the boys should join the scout movement compulsorily. I was the leader, and the teacher said strictly that I must go to the fair. I did not have a single paisa. My friend Ramesh had 2 sets of uniforms stitched and put one set in the desk with a letter stating that I was like a brother to him and I must accept the uniform. But I wrote another letter saying, if you want our friendship to continue, Do not let this give and take business come between us. When it was time to go to Krishnagiri, all the boys and the teacher came to my house to take me along, but I pretended to have a stomachache and was groaning loudly. Ah, ooh. They went away in disappointment. I made a plan to go to the fair. I had all the textbooks with me, which were all in new condition since I had not even opened them. There was a poor Harijan boy who was going to the class I had just finished. So I went to his house and offered to sell my books for just 5 rupees. He paid me in small change and I tied them up, tearing a piece from my already torn shirt. But the old piece of cloth gave way and fell on the ground when I reached home. Then the lady of the house blamed me and said I had stolen the money. I tried to prove my innocence. I even brought the boy who had given me money in exchange for books. She hit me and said she will not give me any food. I quietly left home and walked 9 miles to Pushpagiri. I was so thirsty, I drank water with which the cows had been washed. When I reached Pushpagiri, I happened to find some beedis or country cigarettes and 1 anna. Since nobody came to claim it, I took the money, threw away the beedis, and reached the fair. I calculated that 1 anna would not last 12 days, the time I had to stay there. So I did something wrong, the only mistake I ever made in my life. There was gambling going on and I bet the 1 anna I had and I won 12 annas. I used to keep the money tied up in a piece of cloth. Someone stole it and for the next 3 days I went without any food. My friend Ramesh came to know about my plight and brought food to me. The fair went on very well with the scout boys on duty to help old people or find missing children, serve food and so on. When it was time to go home, I bought some fruits, flowers, and other things for my sister-in-law because she was pregnant. When I reached home, my brother, sister-in-law, and her mother were all raging with anger. For these 12 days in my absence, they had to endure hardships, fetching water, and so on. In a fit of rage, Shri Kondama Raju hit me. My hand got bruised badly. Meanwhile, my father came to visit Shri Kondama Raju since the newborn child had died. He also heard about my plight. The father took me out at night, feeling extremely sad. He said, I am told that you are beaten and put to a lot of hardships. You come back to the village with me. I said, that's not right. Brother's family is grieving at the death of their child. So you go home now and I will come later. The father left sadly, making arrangements with the clothes merchant, Kotte Subarna, that if Satya needed clothes, he should give him, and he, the father, would pay for it later. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.